I just actually woke up and it is only 2:50 in the morning, but I want to get into this video and just go over with you guys my mental health challenges and what I suffer from and what medications I take for it and what the medications do for people in general, what they do for me. And yeah, I just want to have a little talk with you guys about that because it's something I don't really get into on this channel, and it's a big part of who I am because I do suffer from mental health problems. It's something I used to be very ashamed of and not let anyone know about, but so I just want to be honest with you guys and share that with you. So I want to dive right in, and first off, I just want to say, if you suffer from mental health and addictions challenges, please seek help if you're having a hard time managing. Like, it's really changed my life being connected to mental health and addiction services. At mental health, I have outreach workers. I have outreach workers that help me with just day-to-day stuff, because since I don't have my license right now, yeah, they just help me with the day-to-day stuff that I need to do. I have a case manager, I have a psychiatrist there, and yeah, I have just a team at Addiction Services that really helped me just get my life back on track and are helping me with everything. And yeah, it's actually been a really positive experience that I've had with them. So I guess let's just jump right in from what I suffer from. I suffer from OCD. I have really bad obsessive compulsive disorder. It's actually a really serious thing that not a lot of people think is that big of a deal, but it's something that I struggle with every day. This guy here with me, just meowing at me. But yeah, it's something I struggle with every day. There's like a bunch of stuff that I have to do every day. I know it's really weird stuff too, like that most people wouldn't understand why I have to do it, but it doesn't sit right with me in my head if I don't do it. Like, it feels not right, and it feels like I have to do these things, or like something bad will happen to my family, or something bad will happen to me, or it's I know it's weird, but it's just the truth of what happens to me. Like, there's this thing I have with numbers. I have this weird thing with numbers. Like, everything has to be in 4 sets of 4, and it has to add up to 16. Like, if I scratch my arm with this side, I have to do it with this side, but it has to be done like 4 times. And if I can't do something 4 times without it being noticeable, I have to tap my finger the remainder of the times, like the other 3 times or whatever. Or if I can't tap my fingers without it being noticeable, I just tap my toe. Yeah, I know it's weird, but yeah, it's just something I have to do. And also I have this weird thing with checking everything. I have to check everything, like the stove, the fridge, the doors. I just check everything, and it's not even just checking once. It's like, I'll check them, and then I'll leave the room, and then I'll have to come back and check them again. And I have to do that multiple times, like usually 4 times, but yeah, just multiple times it has to be done. And like, I have this weird thing with fire, and I keep thinking, I have like this weird obsession that my house is gonna burn down, so I can't really cook in the kitchen, or if I do cook, I can't leave the kitchen, and I have to be in there with it, like the whole time watching it. Or if it's something that takes a long time to cook, like in the oven or air fryer or something, I will allow myself to go in the living room, but I have to keep watching over to the kitchen to make sure that there's no smoke coming out of there. And also, this weird thing that I have with numbers is that I have to, if I see numbers, I'm always searching out numbers, and if I see numbers that equal 13, 39, or 13, 26, or 39, it's the multiples of 13, pretty much. If I see things that equal those numbers, that I'm always adding everything up in my head, and if I see things that equal those numbers, or add up to those numbers, or if I see those numbers in general, just beside each other, I have to look at 2 more numbers before I feel right in my head. Like, it's some crazy shit. You guys, I don't know. But yeah, that's just something I deal with every day. And yeah, there's a couple more things too. It's just like intrusive thoughts and just obsessing over things until I do them, and just like, that's what a lot of my drug use was, is that like my relapses and stuff, is that I think about doing drugs and I just obsess over it until I'd go and do it, because it's part of my it's part of my OCD that has actually caused me to relapse in the past. I take a medication called fluoxetine, or also known as Prozac. It helps with OCD tendencies, and it's actually really helping me a lot. Like, my mind's calmed down a lot, and I don't have to do these things aren't as pressing as they were as when I didn't take this medication. I've been on it for about a year now, probably, and it's actually helping me a lot in my day-to-day, just getting through the day-to-day. Here's some information on Prozac, so that you can read up on it yourself and just see what it's all about. And yeah, the next medication I take is called aripiprazole, also known as Abilify. It's an antipsychotic. I suffer from psychosis sometimes, and it's unknown if it was drug-related or not, because you can have even drug-related psychosis even when you're not using drugs. Like, it's corresponds with each other or whatever. I don't know the word, but correlates with each other. I don't know. But yeah, so it's unknown if my psychosis was due to just drug-related or not, but I have had it when I haven't been using drugs, so I don't know, I haven't actually been clinically diagnosed with this, but the word that they've been using, that I've heard them use and throw around about me, it's called schizoaffective. It's like a form of schizophrenia, but it's like also with a mood disorder or something. I don't know, I haven't really looked into it that much, but that's just what I've heard them say and use the word about me due to my psychosis. And yeah, when I go through that, it's really like hectic time in my life, and I usually end up in the hospital, in the psych ward or something from that, or just end up in the hospital in the ER, in the emergency room, and this is where they keep me. And usually I get tied to a bed and just medicated, because I'm just a danger to myself. And yeah, it's just not a pleasant thing to go through doing that. I don't always get treated the best at the ER either, but it is what it is. And yeah, here's some information about Abilify. And these medications I take every morning, daily witness at the pharmacy, because when I wasn't doing good, I would refuse to take them, and they wanted me to take them, so they made it so that I have to take them daily witness at the pharmacy. The other medication that I take on a day-to-day basis is called ribeprazole. It's just an antacid medication. It's like, because I suffer with GERD, I think it's called, like gastrointestinal acid reflux or something like that. But yeah, I get physically sick every morning from the acid building up in my throat if I don't take this medication every day. It's actually helped me tremendously. Like, I haven't been sick or had acid in my throat for like ever since I've been on it. Like, it's like a miracle. It's like a miracle pill. Like, I was getting sick every single morning, and then as soon as I started taking that pill, it was instantly better. I was like sick every morning for like 3 months, and then I went to the doctor, and they gave me this medication. As soon as I started taking it, it was instantly better, and I haven't had any problems since I've been on it. So here's some information on ribeprazole. The next medication I take every morning is called Concerta. It's actually long-acting methylphenidate. It's a long-acting Ritalin. I haven't been clinically diagnosed with ADHD, which is what this medication is primarily used for, but I was a methamphetamine addict, and it has proven to be helped with cravings for that, so they put me on that for that. And I also suffer from chronic fatigue, and I was having a lot of problems just being tired all the time, and taking this every morning just helps pick me up and get me through the day a bit easier. And it's just like a long-acting Ritalin, and it's, I guess, a stimulant, but it just helps me manage and get through the day. There's some information on Concerta. Let's get into my nighttime medication. It's called Prazosin. I suffer from night terrors. It was really bad every day for about 6 months. I would have really bad nightmares. It was causing me to not want to go to sleep, and which was causing me to stay up a lot. And which was worsening my mental health and my psychosis issues, and yeah, it just wasn't a good time in my life. I just was I'd do anything to avoid sleeping because I would just have really bad nightmares every time I went to bed, and it was just horrible. I've kind of got over that now. I still do have them occasionally, but it's gotten 90% better. I don't have them nearly as often, and they're not nearly as bad as they were. Here's some information on prazosin. And yeah, it's really been helping me with my nightmares, so I'm happy I got on that, because they stopped manufacturing it for a while. So yeah, there wasn't any available, so I got put on something else which wasn't helping, and then this came back, or they ordered this from the States, because they don't make it in Canada anymore or something, so the pharmacy ordered this from the States so that I could take it, and yeah, I've been on it ever since, so I'm grateful for that. And let's get into my injectable medications. I am on a monthly injection of Haldol, also known as haloperidol. I think that's the main name for it, but I call it Haldol. It's actually an antipsychotic medication that I take every month. I used to be on one called Clopixol, and I was on that for about 12, 13 years or something like that. And yeah, I was having really bad side effects from it, like involuntary muscle twitches, and just my blood work was coming back abnormal and stuff. And yeah, so they took me off that and put me on Haldol. And here's some information about Haldol. I get that once a month in my arm, and it actually caused me last month to get an infection in my arm, causing a huge lump. And I had to go be put on IV antibiotics for a week, and I just got off those. I finished those 2 days ago, and there's still a lump there, and it might have to be surgically removed and drained, so I'm not really happy about that, and I'm not really happy about getting my next one because I'm really nervous about that same thing happening again. So I talked to the doctor about it yesterday at my appointment, and she's gonna think of another alternative to maybe me not getting that anymore, or maybe me getting something else again, or yeah, just a different alternative, because she thinks it might have been an allergic reaction, because you don't just get infections instantly from like medication like that, so she thinks it was an allergic reaction or something, because you do develop allergies to stuff, like you can develop allergies to anything, and it does help me, because a lot of the time by the end of the month I'm hearing stuff or whatever, like a lot of the time by the end of the month before I get my injection, I'm hearing things or seeing things, and that really helps me get back into this calm state of just being regular again. And yeah, the other thing, the other injection I also get every month is called Sublocade. It is anti-opiate antagonist. I don't know how to say it, but when I was heavily into my drug addictions, I've been addicted to everything: crack, meth, and opiates. I was not a heroin user. I've never been a needle user or anything like that, and I was not a heroin user. I was addicted to taking hydromorphone pills that were actually originally prescribed by the doctor, and I just got addicted to them. So so I got on this injection in my stomach every month. It's called Sublocade. It's like a form of Suboxone, but it just helps me it blocks the opiate receptors in my brain, so I can't get high off of opiates. So I don't abuse the hydromorphone pills anymore, and it's actually in your stomach, and it hurts a lot, and it hurts a lot, because they pull up the skin on your stomach, and then they stick a needle through it, and then it leaves a big ball in your stomach, and the ball stays there all month, and it dissolves throughout the month. Yeah, and it is noticeable, and it does hurt, and yeah, it's not a pleasant thing to go through every month, but it is helping me just stay drug-free. I'd rather do that than be a drug user. So yeah, right now I'm clean off of all drugs, including marijuana. I haven't used marijuana since November 1st. I haven't used any other drugs since January 1st. And yeah, I've just been enjoying the clean life and just being clean and sober, and I don't drink at all. I've never been a big drinker. But yeah, I hope this helped you guys learn a little bit about what I go through every day and just some of my mental health issues, well, all of my mental health issues. I also struggle with depression and anxiety, which I don't really take anything for. I don't want to be on benzos anymore, which is the anti-anxiety pills. I get addicted to them, and they just don't do good things for me, so I chose not to be on anti-anxiety pills anymore, the benzodiazepines. I think that pretty much wraps up this talk. I hope this has helped you learn a little bit about my situation and what I go through daily, and the medications that I take and why I take them. And yeah, if you guys are struggling in any way, shape, or form with mental health or addictions, please seek help. Connect yourself with mental health and addiction services. They do help in more ways than you think, and you are worth it. You do deserve it, and yeah, just take care, guys, and be safe out there, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.